Has this thing started yet? Get out of here, bug. Okay. Right now, I am like having difficulty standing up. I am so wiped out. In a good way though. Like I have that soreness, that exercise soreness. You know, like when you're doing your bench press and and you max out, and like for the next 3 days, you're like, nobody touch me here, nobody touch me, ow, ow. But then you recover, and like a week later, you can bench more because that soreness was like the pain of improvement, like the soreness of getting better. I have that in my entire body right now. like even my brain feels sore. Hold on, I have to tie up my shorts before they fall off. Yeah, I've like full body soreness, and it started. Hey, Mr. Landville, what's going on? And it started 2 days ago, and I didn't know it was gonna last this long. I've still been doing, morning exercises, and I just did like a couple hours of digging, like hard digging, and man, I am so wiped out. And I was trying to figure out why I'm so tired now, because it started 2 days ago when I did my Sunday run. And this is a Sunday morning run. This is a Sunday morning run I've been doing for a while, and I just keep getting faster at it. And it's 10 times 5 laps on my track upstairs. And so my track upstairs is 36 meters all the way around. It's a pretty short track, so it's 90 degrees, so you can run real fast without sliding off the side. Anyway, 5 laps on that times 10. And then, there's also some slower runs and some push-ups and stuff between. But the important part, the part I time, is 10 times 5 laps. Now, last week, my best time for this 5-lap thing was like 35 seconds. And I did a few of them at 35 seconds. I was like, wow, that's an improvement over the week before, which was 36, and the week before, which was 38. Like, I've been improving every week, right? And after last week's, I had a great workout, but then for like the next few days, I was just real sluggish, and my legs felt like I was just dragging them around. But a few days later, I started feeling a lot better. And then at the end of the week, 2 days ago, I woke up feeling like, oh, I'm amazing. I was feeling great. So I got up and I did the same workout, 10 times 5 laps hard. My first one was 35, and it was like 35.7. I was like, wow, my first one, I'm already like almost at my fastest ever. And then my second one was like 35.2, and then my third one was like 34, and then my fourth one was 33. And I was like, holy crap, I wonder if I'm gonna get under 30 soon. But after that fourth one, I had to slow down, because I was just like, oh my God, I feel like I've just been hit by a truck. Like, not in a bad way. It's just the soreness, the soreness of improvement. But like full body, like not just my legs, just everything is like, oh. So today I was out digging, and Tuesdays I always wear my weight vest when I'm digging. And I'm just like, holy crap, this is freaking hard. I'm still wiped out. What's going on? So I finished, and after that, I've just been like eating cheese and peanut butter, and I'm trying not to eat all my stuff I don't have to cook. I'm just trying to muster enough energy to go cook some real food, but just like laying down like a meat chicken. Have you ever seen a meat chicken at a farm? They just kind of like lay on the ground, their head in the trough, just like that's what I feel like doing right now. So anyway, I was laying down there, basically on the floor, thinking, what was it that made me so wiped out after that one run? So there's this calculation I did when I first started running on this track up here. And I was like, okay, if I have a track and it's banked up at 30 degrees, and I run perpendicular to that track, then I can figure out how many G's I'm feeling based on, this triangle here. This is 1 G, and then I have to get the length here. And, just please feel free to fix this, because my brain is still tired. But normal Earth gravity should be 0.86 times what I was feeling. So I was feeling like 1.2 times gravity. And after I did that calculation, I was kind of like, oh, that's not bad. I was kind of hoping it would be more, but whatever. Math is math. And then I know I've been angling a little more as I'm going around. And 2 days ago, when I was doing that 33-second 5 laps, for like the last 2 or 3 laps, I was running so sideways. Like I took a mental note of it because the building looked sideways. Like I was almost like, the building looked more sideways than it did up and down. So I was thinking I was getting pretty close to like 60 degrees when I was running full force at that point. So when I was just laying down, I was like, all right, how many G's is that? Because I know the G's go up exponentially. The more you're leaning when you're going around a corner. It was actually this direction. I was going this way on that one. And if you're down at 60 degrees, if my brain is not too tired, I think that means this would be a 1 and this would be a 2. So I got 1 times Earth gravity, and then I got 2 going this way. That puts this angle at 30 degrees up from there, or 60 degrees down from there. And then this length here will be the gravity I'm experiencing, right? So 2 squared plus 1 squared is 5 square root. So that means if I'm at 60 degrees from vertical, I'm experiencing square root of 5 G's, which is about like just over 2, like 2.2 or something. And then I was like, whoa, I'm feeling 2 G's on that. And I don't know if I was quite at 60 degrees, but I was pretty damn close. Like I was probably feeling like about 2 G's on the last 2.5 laps, which means like my whole body was feeling that. So my whole body felt like it weighed 400 pounds. And in the past, I've done training like piggybacking someone who weighs my weight. So I'm like a 200-pound guy, and I would piggyback a 200-pound guy, and we take turns doing sprints. And that was tiring. But in that, it's not like my whole circulatory system and my heart and my brain is feeling the G's. I'm just feeling that extra weight kind of on my legs. But like running at that angle, at that speed around the thing, like my whole body is feeling like 2 G's, which I know is not a huge amount of G's for like a fighter pilot or something, but they're like sitting in a chair, with like a suit. I feel like when you're running full speed, it's way harder on you. Anyway, so I think that's why my whole body is just feeling like I got hit by a truck, because I experienced this 2 G's while running full speed, and just like my hamstrings are like, oh, but it's not just that. My arms, just my everything. I just want to like lay down on the floor for the whole week. I'm not going to, because I know how this goes. You get the soreness of improvement. You got to keep moving so you don't get all like stiff. Not that getting stiff is the worst thing in the world in certain cases, but in this case, you don't want to get stiff. Anyway, so yeah, I want to. If my track can actually handle this, I want to see how far I can take this crap. I mean, right now, I do not want to run. I did a little bit of running this morning just to loosen myself up. But right now, I'm holding myself up with my arm because I feel like falling over. But yeah, by the end of the week, by Sunday, I'll probably be back to ready to go. I want to see how far I can take this ridiculousness. And it'll be kind of interesting to see like what effect this actually has on me physiologically, because it's kind of an unusual experience. And I'm going to shut up right now because I don't want to go on a long, like 40-minute tirade, because I'm going to have to go eat soon. But let me see what you guys are saying. Mr. Landfill, how's it going? Wizard of the North, what's going on, man? How is everyone's same old stuff? How are you? I'm pretty good. I think I just explained how I was. Classic dude Mike, today no pants day here. Yeah, dude. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I have to wear pants because I'm on a video, but yeah, no pants day. I totally get it, man. Mr. Landfill says, working on a major overhaul of my favorite driving gloves. No way. What are you doing to your gloves? That's cool. Dude, I would love to see what you're doing to your gloves. Do you video any of this stuff and put it online or anything? Sausage Flop says, how can I get jacked like you, man? I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, I'm 49 now, right? I'm like 49 and a half. I'll be 50 pretty soon. And I've noticed my strength has been like just going up the last year. And I think a lot of it has to do with just like removing a lot of stress from my life that people were bringing in. I don't need to get into who and what, but just getting a lot of stress. And when you're around a lot of discouraging stuff, it can really affect you. And then you get out from under it. And yeah, now I'm just on my own motivation, which is very high. I'm a very motivated person, But if you want to get, I don't know, if you want to get jacked, come live with me for a year and you'll come out like a Hercules. You will be in pain the entire time. Anyway, that one unemployed friend on a Tuesday. Is that classic dude Mike? Hey, just because someone doesn't work a 9 to 5 doesn't mean they're unemployed. Don't talk about Tom Segura like that. Tom Segura is a funny guy. That's the guy who broke his arm and his ankle at the same time trying to dunk a basketball, right? Oh, I hope I don't do that. What my classic dude Mike says, what would the world be like if man had the babies instead of ladies? I don't know. It would just be totally, I don't know. Maybe it'd just be the same. If men had the babies, then maybe they would just be called the women, and then the women would be the men, and then everything would just be the way it is. Except, yeah, I don't know how you're going to squeeze a baby out. Oh man, that would be brutal. Kevin McDonald says, yo, Jaimie, what do you think your time would be if you ran a marathon these days? I don't know. And I was thinking about that when I was like laying on the floor. I still feel like I'm going to pass out just standing here. I'm leaning on the counter so I don't fall over. But like I've been getting a lot more into running lately. I don't know what any of my times would be now. I have no doubt that I could run a marathon, like no problem. But the time, I don't know. And I'm running on this little track right up here, 36-meter round track. And as I was explaining, the faster you go, the more G's you feel. So it's not like I can actually transfer those times to any other track, because like having that short having that tight a corner severely limits the speed. So I'm sure, if you took me to like a full-size track, I would be running way faster than I would up here, but it would feel like the same. But I don't know. I'm not going to worry about times that much, other than I just want to beat my previous time. But I do kind of want to build a full-size track on I have this big piece of land, like 25 acres, right over there. I have to get in a boat or swim to get to it. I mean, I don't swim, I just get in a boat. But I want to build like a full-size athletic complex there. I think that would be awesome. Of course, there's other stuff I also want to do. So we'll see when that actually floats to the top of the priority list. But yeah, if I had that, then my times would actually mean something. But at the moment, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think what. Yeah, I don't know. What would the world be like? Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, we're around a marathon, right? Okay. The fingers on the glove. Oh, I'm gonna try to stand up. I'm just like leaning on the counter. I feel like pathetic. Okay. Mr. Landfill says the fingers on the glove are coming apart. Cutting that material out to replace with something else. No videos. Oh, that's great. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, awesome. What is this? Your comment has been deleted. Thank you, Mr. Landfill. A kidney stone almost took me out. I can't imagine a baby. Oh, yeah, going back to Mike's. Yeah, okay, Mike. If you're saying, what would the world be like if men had the babies? Well, then we'd have to become women. I can't squeeze a baby. I don't have a uterus. I mean, basically the men would be women, unless you're something totally different. I don't know. All right, someone's causing trouble. What's your diet like? Well, for the last hour, it's just cheese and peanut butter, but my diet is actually not going to sound that impressive. I eat a lot of sourdough bread, only sourdough bread. I find that if I just eat flour stuff, I just feel sluggish and kind of crappy. But if I eat sourdough, I mean, it's totally fine. So lots of sourdough bread, tomato products, cows and pigs. That's like 90% of what I eat. Although, no, maybe not quite. Maybe that's like 3/4, because I do also eat every morning like oats, peanuts, raisins, and coconut. I eat a lot of coconut, like almost every day. Every day that I get a coconut, I will use a coconut. So normally I'll wake up, do my morning exercises, whatever, and then open a coconut. And my kids fight over who's going to get to drink it. they all share though. And then I shred the coconut, and I use part of it to make cereal, which is the oats and raisins and peanuts, and if I have anything else around, but no sugar. I don't put any sugar in it. Raisins are the only sugary-ish thing. So I eat that almost every morning, and then usually for lunch, I skip lunch a lot. But I might snack, like, eat a few peanuts now and then or something. But yeah, I do skip lunch a lot. And then for dinner, it is often some variation of pizza. So it'll be I'll use the rest of the shredded coconut in my sourdough bread, just put it right in and mix it in. And I'll use that sourdough coconut bread for the pizza dough. And I'll make 4 pizzas for dinner with, the tomato product just depends on what they had in the store. Tomato paste, prepared pizza sauce. I always go for tomato paste first because I'm going to get the most out of what I'm carrying home. But if they don't have that, just whatever. And then cheese, I don't know, just whatever cheese. I usually go for cheddar or Monterey Jack, but honestly, that's just because they're the cheapest ones. Yesterday, I got a block of mozzarella just because that's what was there and that's what was cheap. So yeah, a lot of pizza, but it's not like crappy pizza. It's like healthy pizza. Like you could eat this all the time and be good, mostly because of the dough, the coconut sourdough. And then it's not greasy or anything. Although, I do also eat a lot of animal fat. So often in these pizzas, I'll put ground beef, and like a lot kind of, and I'll cook the ground beef first, and then I'll take the fat and cook popcorn in it, and then have like really cow greasy popcorn with a bit of salt. I don't want to use too much salt or anything like that because I don't want to get high blood pressure. I do naturally have low blood pressure, but I did notice at one point I was eating too much salt and soy sauce, and I was starting to feel kind of like just not quite right. And I started suspecting it was high blood pressure, so I cut down on that stuff. And like within a day of eating a lot of bananas and like no salt, I felt better. So I'm pretty sure that was I was just over salting, Anyway, what else? Oh yeah, and if I'm not eating pizza, I will often have like pizza casserole, which instead of dough will be like plantains, which they're kind of like potatoes. Like if you don't know what a plantain is, it's kind of like a potato. So I'll make mashed plantains and then tomato sauce and cheese. And the tomato sauce always has the animals in it, the dead cow or whatever. And I always mix my toppings into the sauce because then the kids don't start picking stuff off the pizza. They just eat it. Yeah, I learned that one a long time ago. Whenever you make pizza for your kids, if there's even any notion that they might get picky, just put all the toppings into the sauce and they're just in there. Anyway, and if I'm not having pizza, I'll often have either just meat, like cooked in its own fat, maybe with a bit of mustard or some hot sauce or something. Like some days I'll just eat a pile of meat for dinner. Or sometimes I'll cook some rice in it. So it's like, pig fried rice or cow fried rice or whatever. But yeah, I don't really have like a complicated diet. It's like the same ingredients, just kind of over and over. And I eat a lot of meat, and I always eat the fat. Like if there's meat fat to be had, I am eating it. Even if it's like leftover in the pan, I'll just like straight up eat like a cup of like just rendered fat. But I usually cook popcorn in it or rice or something. Yeah, all right. Let's see. I think that covers that. What's your diet like? Yeah, it was like a 45-minute answer. I've said before, I'll say it again. We need a Jaimie cooking show. Oh, yeah, I could probably do a Jaimie cooking show in 1 week, cover all of the things I make. Oh, there's one thing I missed. Please make it. Yeah, bananas. Whenever I have bananas, which has been a lot lately. There's been, for like the last 3 months, I've been inundated with bananas from my trees, and the neighbor had a pile and was like, please take some bananas. Oh, and there's one other thing I eat a lot of, which is, it's in my garden there. It's called katuk. It's like a spinachy kind of thing. It's just like leafy green stuff. And I'll just throw some of that, chop it up, and put it in my pizza sauce, or if I'm just eating a pile of meat, I'll just put some in there and cook it with it. And I also eat some oregano, but I mean, it's like 1 or 2 leaves, the fat leaf oregano in my pizza. But yeah, that's pretty much all I eat. Nothing fancy. No sugar is the thing. I don't even have like, the bag of sugar that doesn't exist in my house. Let's see. Hey, Jaimie, I bought a house and have been renovating it. That is awesome. I finally got my garage shelving up, and I'm excited to get back to work on my electric car. Oh, that is super awesome. Oh, that sounds so fun. Man, I'm like really looking forward to getting enough things situated that I can like just work on a big project like Giant Robot. But yeah, man, that's super cool. I hope that goes well. Classic dude Mike. Oh, this is about the what if men had all the babies. I'm saying men are built like Jeeps or 4x4s. They might be able to handle the extra weight. Oh yeah, I mean, I could run around with like extra weight easy. But I feel like if women had to be bigger and stronger to carry the babies, they would be, it's just, a lot of it's cultural. Our society is largely focused on chairs. Okay, here's an answer to the question earlier. Who was it who asked, how do I get jacked like you? I don't sit down. Like, if I get so tired I can't stand up, I'll generally lay down. But, that's like on a day when I'm really wiped out. On an average day, I get up from laying down in the morning, and that's it. I'm up until nighttime. Or maybe if I'm watching a movie with my kids, I'll like snuggle up with them. But everything else, like I'm standing all day. I don't even have chairs. Well, there's one chair there that the kids sit on. It's my kitchen situation is kind of weird. It's like this bench, and they just kind of pile on. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I don't really sit much. And I think if we were in a society where just people sat down less, then women would have, men also, but we're talking about women right now. Women would have stronger legs and be able to carry a baby more easily if they were just always walking around with a thing. Sitting down sometimes, but like, basically active. I once read this article in Runner's World many, 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 many years ago. There was this lady, something St. Clair, I think, and she said that she trained all the way through her pregnancy. Like, she kept running, maybe slowed down a bit, but she was like a world-class competitive runner, and she just trained right through her pregnancy. And then when she had the baby, it was like a sudden drop of weight, and like she was amazing after that. But yeah, for the way our society is now, it's like mostly people are like, oh, you're pregnant, sit down, relax, just take a load off, which is like very, what's the word? It's very good-hearted, but I think it's actually terrible advice. Because like if I knew that I was going to be carrying a weight around for the next 9 months, and this weight is going to keep increasing over the 9 months, I would be like, oh no, I can't sit down at the beginning. I need to exercise and build up my strength before this weight, and stay strong as this weight gradually goes up. So there is a good-hearted sentiment that says, ladies, if you're pregnant, just take a load off, relax. But I think it's the wrong advice, generally speaking. Obviously, if someone has some kind of issue and they need to rest, fine. But like generally speaking, I think it would be much better in the long run if, once a woman gets pregnant, she maybe exercises a little more. I mean, depends what she's doing before that. She's already exercising a lot. Sure, just back off a little, but keep active so that weight doesn't just creep up on you and crush you. You gotta stay ahead of it. Stay active. I guess that's what people call tough love. I get told I give tough love a lot, and I'm like, hey man, I give the toughest love ever. It's invincible. Love. Let me give the best love ever. Can't be destroyed. It's so tough. Okay. Vegan Surf says there was a classic Cosby Show dream episode where the men are all pregnant and give birth to submarine sandwiches and model sailboats, and the women brag about getting them pregnant. I currently don't really remember that episode, but I probably saw it. Try drinking salt water. No, I do not want to drink salt water because I don't want to have too much. I don't want to have too much salt. I'm actually feeling a little bit undersalted right now because my body's just been working so hard. I've been sweating stuff out, but I'm gonna have some salt with my dinner. I have this dough here. I think I'm gonna make pizzas. And when my kids are here and I make 4 pizzas, there's usually 1 left over for the next day. But if I'm here by myself, I probably won't eat more than 2. I don't know though. I've been so hungry ever since my 2 times gravity experience. And yes, when I was thinking about this, I was obviously also thinking about Dragon Ball Z and Goku, and yeah. Classic Dude Mike says, I honestly think pizza is the perfect food. Yeah, man, pizza's amazing. Like, it gets a bad rap, but I think a lot of it is just because of just the amount of flour you eat with it. But like tomato sauce, you can, if that's not full of sugar, if you're not getting the crappy can that's got all the sugar in it, you make some good sauce yourself. That's good stuff, man. You put on some good meats, not some processed. And pepperoni is amazing. I love me some pepperoni. But if you give me the option between processed pepperoni and like some fresh ground beef, or even just like some pork that I'm gonna cut into little pieces and put in, like I'll take the less processed thing because it's better for you. And then cheese. I mean, I don't know. Cheese is fine. I think people think the cheese is bad because it's basically eating a bunch of fat. But as I've learned, eating fat. Oh God, I'm doing it still. I'm just leaning on my on my counter here, and I can't hold myself up. Anyway, like if you like eating fat does not make you fat. This is one of the things I've learned, and fat is actually super good for you in a lot of ways. It's an amazing energy source. It often carries lots of vitamins or whatever you need. And ever since I started just eating all the fat in everything, I definitely feel better than when I was eating a leaner diet. And I'm not fat. I have a 6-pack under all this fur here. Like, yeah, I'm just hairy, so you can't see it. But like, I totally have a 6-pack. Like, I'm not fat, and I eat a lot of fat. I just ate like probably a cup of peanut butter and like a big block of cheese. Pizza sucks because you have to eat a protein shake with it. No, you don't. Because if you put, all right, use sourdough bread first. Sourdough bread is like, it takes bread from being something that's not really good for you to being something that's totally good for you. As far as I can understand, as far as I can tell, it makes me feel Like I eat sourdough bread, I feel good after. But if I eat like that white bread from the store or, any like non-sourdough bread, I always feel a little sluggish after, So eat sourdough bread. And if there's anything you can mix into it, like raw coconut, just shredded, not sugared, not like if you go to the store, this has got to be frustrating. If you go to the store, it's hard to find coconut shreds that doesn't have a pile of sugar in it, which is I hate how everything is sugar. Like whenever I go to town and I want to get a snack to come home in the boat, because it's like a 2-hour trip, I'm like, I want to eat something on the way home. I'll go into the store and I'll be like, I just want to get something that doesn't have sugar, and it's like potato chips. That's it. And potato chips cost a fortune now, and I'm just like, I don't want to spend $5 on this little thing of potato chips. I'm gonna like wolf down in like the first 10 minutes. No, I can use that for much better things. But anyway, yeah, it's like all the snacks are just full of sugar. And like I was saying earlier, you buy prepared pizza sauce, like tomato sauce. It's usually got sugar in it. You got to like check those labels and just, cut the sugar out of your life. I definitely notice, I've cut all the sugar out of my life and I eat a lot of animal fat now. And I feel great. I mean, other than the fact that I feel like I can't stand up because I'm so wiped out. But it's a good tired. It's that good tired. But yeah, if I go to someone's house and they have cookies or brownies or birthday cake, oh my God, birthday cake is the worst. It's so much sugar. Like I'll always have some, unless I'm already feeling like crap for some reason. But generally speaking, I'll have some. And then it's just like, I shouldn't have eaten that. Because now I just feel like I'm a high performance machine and someone just dumped a bunch of like garbage fuel into me, All right, let's see. Far from perfect because of that. Oh yeah, this is about the pizza, right? Sourdough coconut bread, man, it is 1,000 times better than just like your regular pizza dough. And then make your sauce yourself. No sugar. Put everything in it that you need. Like it's got what you need. It's got electrolytes. Not like that, but like if you want to. I don't want to even get into the carnivore versus vegetables thing. I eat both. I eat everything. So I'll put like a pile of meat in the sauce, a bunch of leaves from my garden, oregano, katuk, which is like a spinachy thing. And I'll put like a handful in there, chop it up and just, and then the sauce has all this stuff. It's not just like your standard sugary sauce that you get if you order out. Like, I don't want to say any company's name. You order pizza. It's usually like crappy dough, sugary sauce, and then garbage cheese. And then get some decent quality cheese. Stay away from already shredded. Because if it's already shredded, they're putting something in it, like sawdust. I've heard sawdust, to keep it from sticking together. So you're not just getting cheese when you buy the shredded cheese. So it might be cheaper. I can definitely get shredded cheese cheaper here. It saves me some time. I just throw it on. But once I found that out, there's extra ingredients, forget it. You want the least processed thing. Block of cheese, cut it up yourself. And I don't use a shredder. This is just a side note. I don't use a shredder because it makes a mess of your shredder. See, use one of these for cheese, and it's just like gummed up cheese everywhere. This is the one I use on my coconut. Every morning I shred coconut on here, and then just rinse it off real quick. It's pretty clean. Nice. Yeah, so like if you make the pizza yourself, it is super good food. Like I could eat pizza every day and feel 100 energized and making the muscles and everything. Mustard on a pile of meat, bro is fighting demons of some sort. Now, I don't do, actually, that's not true. I was about to say I don't do like a just meat dinner if my kids are here, but occasionally, like yesterday I ended up making some rice too, but there are times when I do this much more often by myself. But like I'm just hungry and just I'll just like put like 2 pounds of meat in a pan and cook it in its own fat and a little bit of salt maybe or a bit of hot sauce or whatever and just eat the whole thing. And then occasionally I'll do that with my kids. If they're like like if one of my kids is like, I had a real big craving for bacon. Then another kid's like, bacon. And they're just talking about meat. I'll be like, all right, meat dinner. We're just going to have meatsies. That's what they are, meatsies. And then I'll put the pan of meatsies up on the counter there. And there's no one even uses their bowl or anything. Well, no, one of my kids always uses her bowl because she's the one who's like, I've got to do everything perfect and nice. Put it nicely in my bowl and da. But like my other kids are just like, and my youngest daughter wears earmuffs. What are they called? Ear blockers. I call them her monkey ears because she can't stand the sound of people eating. So there's these three kids. There's one kid sitting kind of off to the side by herself with her bowl of pure meat, just, this is good stuff. And then the other three and me have this pan in the middle of us, and we're just like vultures, like, and one of us has got earphones on, the monkey ears. Oh, it's pretty funny. And usually when I do that, I also will make popcorn cooked in the fat. So it's usually if I'm just doing a just meat dinner, there will also be, animal fat popcorn. Oh, animal fat popcorn, so good. Mustard. Hello, everyone. Dave Rubino, what's going on, man? Adam Pasquale. I love your name, Pasquale. What is so good about the name Pasquale? Is this a health and exercise channel? Adam Pasquale, this is, well, Mr. Landfill says, this is an Inventor channel. Is that what it is? Because I kind of feel like it's a trying to show an example of how to live well that's different than the standard. That's kind of the way I think of what I do on my channel. It's like basically like showing an alternative way to live. And a lot of that does revolve around building inventions, because I'll not buy something. I'll invent something to do whatever I need and try to make it better than what I could buy. And I also just love to invent things and love to build things. So I'll build like giant robots that are completely unnecessary, which I'm dying to do that. I've been thinking about, I don't want to talk about it because I'm going to be all like, I want to do that. And then for the next month, I'm going to be talking about it before I actually do anything. You working chest and arms? No, I actually didn't do any chest and arms today. Today was, well, I guess it's a little bit of chest and arms. Well, yeah. This morning for my morning exercises, I did like yoga, kind of. It's just Jaimie stretching. I don't know, but you might call it kind of like yoga. It's basically ghetto yoga. I don't know what real yoga is. But I'll do it wearing a 35-pound weight vest. And some of it does involve like handstand push-ups and, holding planks and stuff like that. So it is also some muscular exercise, but it's also just a lot of stretching. Although at the end of that, I also do like 200 calf raises because I'm trying to get myself back into running shape. And man, my calves are like twice as big as they were like a few months ago. I noticed if I put my hand around, like for a while it was like, but now it's like, whoa. Anyway, and then I also did 800 arm circles because many years ago, I had a sore shoulder because some girl bet me a thing and blah, blah, blah. I did the thing. And then I had this knot in my shoulder here that wouldn't go away for like 2 months. And then I was like, I got to get rid of this thing. What do I do? So I started doing arm circles every morning, like 100 like that, 100 like that, and then 100 of those, 100 of those, 100 of those, and 100 of those. So it was like 400 arm circles on each arm. And some days I would hold weights, and some days it would just be whatever. And I would do them as fast as I could with my arms really stretched out. So I'm really trying to stretch everything out. And within like a week, that muscle was loosened up. And I noticed that everything in my upper body felt amazing. Like I had no tightness anywhere. So yeah, like a whole bunch of arm circles I found to be like an amazing exercise to do. It does also make you stronger, but it gets rid of a lot of soreness and injuries and stuff. So, and then after that, I did a whole bunch of digging or anything like that. I always do some push-ups or chin-ups, just to so I'm not doing the same motion all the time, so I don't get what's like repetitive crap syndrome. He's working on a seawall to protect his beach. I was not working on the seawall today. Actually, that's not entirely true because I did build 2 bricks today. Before I did the digging, I built 2 of the bricks for the seawall. But I have to build a whole bunch more bricks before I can really get more seawall done. Frederick, what's going on, man? Hey there, Jaimie. Been a while. You changed the schedule to your Sunday lives, or is it just random? Oh, by the way, I'm digging your beard. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I'm kind of seeing how far it goes. I don't know how far this is going to go. I'm just kind of like, go for it, man. I'll see how it goes. But I didn't really change the time of my lives on purpose. It's just Sundays I've been just busy doing stuff until like late. And then I'm like, all right, well, let me do it the next day. And then Monday, like yesterday, I was busy like all day until late again. So today I was like, all right, it's what, almost 3 o'clock. Let me do this before dinner. So yeah, I'm not purposely trying to change it from Sunday, but it's, yeah, it just kind of happens when it can. Let's see. Nice to be able to actually live for once. Yeah, I mean, the other thing is like, I noticed that when I do one of these lives that's supposed to be on Sunday, if I do it on a Monday or Tuesday, other people will show up that would have missed Sunday. So I was like, well, I'm not going to worry too much about getting the Sunday live at 5 on time because, you know, all right. I'm still just holding myself up with my arms. Totally wiped out. Frederick says, I always follow your lives, but when they're dead by a day or two, nice to be able to actually live for once. Did the lives disappear? They don't disappear after a day or two, do they? I don't know. Daniel Oliva says, funny thing, just watched the episode from Dark Skies. I don't know. I've never seen Dark Skies. Wait. Is that the show with the guy who's kind of nerdy and he's a war historian? Is that the show? I forgot his name. I did see some of that. Just watched last episode from Dark Skies. Yeah, I'm not sure. And it was a scene about space navigation, looking at stars. You said this recently. Oh, yeah. Last week I was talking about how I always think it's annoying that theoretically you need computers to navigate outer space. And then I realized when I was thinking about it, you could navigate by the constellations. Because if I'm at Earth and I go straight away from Earth, if I look back at Earth, I'm going to see the same constellation ahead of me, as long as I haven't gone like halfway across the galaxy or something. Like if I go a star or two away, I'm still going to see the constellation that I would see from Earth plus the dot of Earth. And looking the other direction, I would see the same constellation I would see from Earth just as it is. And then everything out in the sides would be skewed. The further from the center it is, the more it'd be skewed. So you can totally navigate that way. As long as you know the constellations at whatever planet you're aiming for, and there isn't coincidentally an exact same looking one. Classic Dude Mike says, a sausage pizza with green peppers and maybe mushrooms. Oh, I am totally making pizza. Oh, I don't know if I can make pizza tonight. I'm so exhausted, but it's going to be so delicious. I think I'm doing it. Usually I make pizza with my kids, and they help, which is really nice. Anyway, I miss 7-Eleven microwave food. Such garbage, but 3 a.m. on a Saturday night in 1978. Amazing. 1978. I was 3. Man, yeah. I've eaten some garbage food when I've been really hungry. Yeah, if you work all day and you're just ready to eat anything, it doesn't even matter. It's like, just give me anything. Once I actually ate McDonald's at 10 p.m. because it was the only thing that was open, and I loved it. You could have shoved anything in my face. I would have been into it. I also used to eat the most, what's the word? Egregious? I'm going to use egregious. The most egregious thing I ever did to energize myself when I was had been working, was out of energy, was I ate 2 dozen donuts and not like Dunkin' Donuts, which are like a set size. These were from the grocery store, and they were like big. I ate the first dozen. I was like, oh my God, I'm still hungry. What's going on? I went and got a second dozen. I was like, I'll just eat one or two on the way home. Finished the second dozen in the parking lot. Didn't even drive anywhere. Anyway, fat makes you fat was a misinformation marketing push from General Mills and other grain sellers. I totally believe that. Yeah. Ditto with breakfast is the most important lie because they sell convenience food. Yeah, totally. Yeah, 100%. I do my morning exercises before I eat anything in the morning. I don't feel like I'm like dying. I'll do like an hour. That my 2 days ago, my Sunday morning run, which was just brutal and hard and fast, and like I'm still feeling it. Like I didn't eat anything before that. I woke up, did a warm up, did the workout, and then I ate. You don't need breakfast. I'm not saying you shouldn't eat. I mean, eat as much as you want. One thing, actually, someone was asking about like making muscles and stuff. For the last year, I've been eating more than I was before that. Because before that, I was always kind of like keeping an eye on what I was eating, because I was like, all right, the faster I eat the food, the sooner I'm gonna have to go get more. And eventually I was just like, oh, forget it. Just eat as much as you want, Jaimie. And I basically doubled my calorie intake. And I haven't gotten fatter at all. I mean, I can still see veins and stuff. Since the subject's pizza, an amazing sourdough. Oh, I'm looking forward to this. How is it that with so much clay, you haven't, oh, I know. I haven't built a pizza oven. I have not yet built a pizza oven. I have not done it. And that is one of those, like, I kind of think of them as like gravy projects. Like, I really don't need a pizza oven, but I would really like to have it. Unfortunately, there's a whole bunch of other stuff that I need more than a pizza oven. So it hasn't floated up to that point where I'm like, all right, I'm doing it. Eventually it will, though. I mean, unless I die first, of course. But yeah, I want to make a nice pizza oven. That's going to be, so good. But yes, I should have one. I make pizza like 3 times a week. The sound of people eating, hilarious. Yeah, just imagine a 4-year-old. She screams, "Stop possum eating!" As in eating like a possum. Because we once saw this video. It was very adorable, by the way. Like, possums don't really have lips. Like, they got little skinny lips. So when they're eating, their lips don't cover their mouth. They just eat like this. And it was very adorable. But now anytime someone is making noise when they eat, it's possum eating. Stop eating like a possum. And it started out as only when people were eating with their mouth open. But now my 4-year-old is so into it. She's like, "Oh, you're too loud. Stop eating like a possum." And she puts on her monkey ears. And then she calms down. It's fine. So I'm just going with it. She'll probably work her way out of that eventually. Let's see. Where was I? Jaimie. What's in the pipe construction-wise? Oh, roof, seawall, 3rd floor, boat mods, digging. Yes! Oh, everything. I've seen you start a bunch, but don't have the big picture of what's prioritized. Well, a lot of the way I do things here is I'll always have a few projects going. One that I can work on when it's raining, one that I can work on when it's sunny. So today, it actually started raining right at the end. I had to rush, but today was pretty sunny and dry, so I did digging. I did a lot of digging. And what's my rainy day project right now? Oh yeah, the other day when it was raining a lot, I was just at the beach in the water, because I'm in the water, it doesn't matter if it's raining, working on the seawall there, which is like, I'm just making a little jetty. I'm not even making a jetty. There's already a jetty there. It's just like a pileup of rocks, which is like, oh no, all gnarly and dangerous. So I'm making it so it's a nice thing, so people can walk out on it. So the digging actually has a bunch of purposes. The seawall is obvious, right? But the digging, I'm making like a nice area up there where there's going to be like a grass field, kind of like a golf course green without holes. I don't know, maybe I'll put some holes in it, play some golf. And then like a wall, a retaining wall. So when people are playing soccer, we can put the person who's not good at getting the ball against the retaining wall so they don't keep missing it and goes off the island. Yeah, just like a field to play around. And I also want to build a guest house up there. And that's also where the lumber mill and the planer are. And yeah, there's multiple purposes of that. And the dirt I'm taking from up there, it goes into the running trail that goes around my islands, because there's 2 islands here. And I built a bridge. So now you can run all the way around one island and up and down and then back around this island, and you can just do a big loop. It's like 400 meters-ish. And what else is going on? I've been thinking more and more about giant robot, what I want to do, and I want to make a prototype. But I really want to work it out in my head before I start doing anything. So I probably should shut up and not talk about it too much. Also, yesterday it was pouring rain and I didn't have enough bricks to make it worth working on the seawall. So I pulled out my old camera to see if it's better than my current camera, which is just, here's my current camera. This is my current camera. It's in a bunch of rice because it's fogging up on the inside, and that's, it's making the image crappier. So I got out my old camera, found a replacement battery that I had ordered because the battery that was in it was totally dead. But I got that working. And then also someone sent me an underwater camera a while ago that I couldn't get to work. So yesterday I was like, all right, let me figure out and it was just the memory card didn't work with that camera, but it totally works with my 3D printer. So I swapped them. Now that camera works. So now I have 2 cameras that I think are fine, better than the one, the one I've been using, which is kind of a disappointment, that one. It's the most expensive camera I've ever bought, which isn't saying a lot because like my old camera was like $25, I think, just used. Anyway, and then I'm also working on just getting healthy, getting strong and healthy. And I don't know what else is going on. What was the other things you listed there? Let's see, digging, yeah, boat mods. I haven't been doing anything with the boats lately because I have them in a really good spot. The boats have been doing amazingly well lately. So, not just lately. I mean, generally speaking, they do really well. But yeah, I've got my boats in a state where they're really good. Let's see, roof. Oh yeah, the roof. I've been thinking about doing the roof, finishing the roof. My roof has half the tiles done on it, and at some point, I don't know. The thing is, it doesn't leak enough for it to really force me to do it now, but whatever. And then I also want to build this athletic complex at my other property and build a, what's it called? Campground over there. So I'm in the early stages of figuring out how that goes. I may be building or getting a digging machine. One option is to take the bulldozer I already made, modify it to work where I need it and do what I need it to do. But yeah, I don't know. I got some things in the works. Hey from Vermont, Andrew Potter. Hope all is good. Things are going pretty well. Daniel Oliva says, yoga is more than stretching. It's about spiritual part 2. Energies. Too bad that modern yoga is more about cheating people out of their money. Yeah, so I don't know about all the I don't know about yoga. I don't know what the story is with it. I do stretching, which is spiritual to me, but I'm sure I'm not doing it as a yogi would prescribe. So I would say my stretching is yoga-ish. Just to give you a rough idea of what I'm doing. Dark Skies is about some aliens. Yeah, so Dark Skies, it's the movie, not the movie, it's the series with, there's an alien invasion and there's a guy, kind of the leader of the human resistance, or at least the main character. He's a war historian and he's kind of a nerdy guy, and I can't remember the actor's name, but he does a great job. I think that's the show. I didn't see the whole thing. I stopped when it got weird and they had that baby that turned into that lady who was magic, and I was just like, I don't know what's going on Matt's awesome stuff says the lives disappearing. Yes, sort of. When you archive them, they're no longer on your video list. You have to know to click the lives tab. Most people won't know that. Do I archive them? I don't archive them. I don't do anything with them. I just put them up and they do whatever they do. So yeah, if you want to catch a live after the fact, I guess you have to click on the lives tab. The reference to the lives being dead in a day or two, I meant that I watched them 2 days late, hence they're not alive anymore equals dead. Oh, okay. Well, you could just pretend I'm talking to you. Maybe I should just say Frederick Brincat several times during my lives so that you can watch. Hey, Frederick, how's it going, man? I'll just say that like during every live so you can feel good. I'm totally not going to remember to do that. All right, let's see. Mike says, in my opinion, van life and Jaimie's life share a lot of attributes. Well, there's a major difference between van life and what I'm doing. Van life is not self-sufficient at all. It's the opposite. When you're traveling around, you are fully reliant on where the resources available where you're going. What I'm doing is homesteading. So I'm here growing food. I cut wood from my jungle, cut it on my solar powered lumber mill, and I do a lot of things here where I'm directly harvesting materials and food and stuff from the earth. So there's a major difference between like a van life or like a sailboat channel and like a homesteader. Hi, Jaimie. I hope all is well. Let's do this. Mac Nemo. I'm not gonna say the whole thing. Hope all is well. Wait. Yeah, okay. Hope all is well. Wondering if you visited the plastic bottle village down there. Heard about it earlier this week, and it reminded me of your styrocrete. I've seen it. I have not heard good things about it though, so I just don't have anything to do with it. So I don't know, but I don't want to trash talk something that's, I don't know. Yeah, I have not gotten involved with the plastic bottle village at all. Demit says, actually fat does make you fat. American Samoa is the most obese nation and they eat a lot of imported extra fatty meat. Also fat has 9 calories per gram, carbs 4. Also fat becomes fat directly. Well, it depends what you're doing with the fat. The thing is like, I don't want to get into a stupid argument, but if you are using the calories that you put into your body, you're not going to get fat. It doesn't matter what you're eating. I mean, maybe there's some scientific thing you could find where you could make it happen. But like, I eat a ton of fat, man, and I'm not fat at all. You're thinking of Falling Skies. Yes, that's what I was thinking with Noah Wiley from the Librarians shows. Yes, Falling Skies. But you're talking about Dark Skies. Okay, I don't know what Dark Skies is, but it does sound like another alien invasion thing. Carbs convert to fat at an extra inefficiency. Yeah, I mean, like I said, if you take in 2,000 calories and you output 2,000 calories, you're not going to get fat. If you output 2,100 calories, you're going to lose some. If you sit on your butt, I've known vegans who are sedentary, ate like almost no fat, just ate vegetables and like got kind of like hugely overweight. It's just like how much is coming in and how much you're using. What are you doing with it? Where are we? Actually, fat. Yes, modify the bulldozer. Sean McGuire votes for modify the bulldozer. That is definitely a possibility. I've been thinking of making a digging machine. Matt's awesome stuff. You say, as if that wouldn't be the most interesting thing you could talk about roof-wise. It would irritate me to not have it done if I was you. Yeah, I mean, I could get irritated by everything that's not done. There's only one me, like I'm getting a lot of stuff done. If I let it bother me, all the stuff that is currently in the works, I would go crazy. Like, and sometimes people have said to me, Jaimie, you never finish anything. But if you go through my videos, and this is like YouTube fans who will say this, Jaimie, you never finish anything. But if you go through my videos, you'll see me working on something for a while, and then I'm not working on it anymore because it finished. But I'm not like standing around talking about a finished thing for like 6 videos. It's just whatever the last video is, here, it's done. Okay, let's move on to the next thing. So I'm always just putting another thing on the pile once I get something done. So yeah, I always have things in the works. Doesn't matter how many things I finish. There's always something next. If that drove me crazy, I would go crazy. Obviously, if you're working, burning lots of calories, you're burned off. Right. I'm on a meat-only carnivore, high-fat diet, no carbs, and I've lost 80 pounds. Rusty Shackelford, right? Low cholesterol and great blood pressure. Cool. I love the recent video of the kids making the floor door. Oh, that was great. It came out really good too. Yeah, that was really cool. Dark Skies is a stupid old show. I do not recommend it. It was just a coincidence with that space orientation. Maybe I should watch the last episode of it just to see what you're talking about. But yeah, I don't watch a lot of stuff. I think of all. Oh man, I'm gonna have to get off here in a minute. My legs are like, I'm still wiped out, man. Super tired. If I think of all the stuff that needs to be done around here, I just go nuts. Thank God for weed. Matt's awesome stuff says about things not being done. No judgment. After getting a house, I've been overwhelmed with a million things to do, so I've been trying to cross things off the list as complete just to stay sane. Yeah, I mean, I don't take any offense to what you're saying, but I would recommend kind of getting comfortable with things that are not finished. Because if you get obsessed with always finishing one thing before getting onto another thing, you might end up wasting a lot of resources to get something finished faster than if you just like waited a week for something to become available. You know, like you need some part, and you know that like 2 weeks from now they're getting a new supply, you can get that part, but you're like, I have to finish it today, and you go like spend 4 times as much on the thing. Like it's good to kind of like chill about that stuff, keep a few things going, and just know that as long as you're making good progress on everything, then you're good. Like you're gonna finish things, you know. I guess it's a very Zen thing. All right, I think I'm gonna get out of here and go make some pizza. Man, I'm getting winded just like standing here and talking. Oh man, that was a good run. 2 days ago, that run. Man, I'm still feeling it. All right, I hope everyone has an awesome morning or evening or day or night or whatever you got wherever you are. And I am going to get out of here. I'm going to wait a second for everyone to say, yeah, catch you later, man. Good night or whatever. Oh, no one's saying it. There we go. Mr. Landfill, be safe. Very good, very good, very good. I will do my best. Not too safe though. All right, I'm getting out of here. Catch you guys later.